What's up? So today, guys, I wanted to sit down and I wanted to talk about the upcoming Call of Duty Zombies. World War II. The world reveal is coming up very soon, July 20th, and I think it's time we actually sit down and have a conversation. It's been a while since we've seen World War II. 9 long years since World at War was dropped, and that means 9 long years since we've had, technically, World War II zombies. I mean, yeah, we had Origins, which was World War I, some older stuff, but really, basically, World at War was the last World War II zombies game. But finally, after 9 years, guys, we are getting new World War II themed zombies from Sledgehammer Games. Now, I'm making this video completely blind as I did not watch the trailer, and I'm doing that intentionally because I want to talk just about what I want to see in this game mode. So today, guys, we're going to be going through like a sort of flowing list of 5 things that I think World War II Zombies, or what Sledgehammer Games needs to do to make this game mode, this World War II Zombies, great. I want a competitor with Treyarch, a great new Zombies game mode, and I think this has the potential for it. Not guaranteed, but it has the potential. Also, there's only like 2 days left to buy a Z House t-shirt, so if you want to get on that, top link in the description. All right. World War II Zombies. It is abundantly clear at this point that Sledgehammer Games is going in a different direction. If you've seen the teasers or maybe the trailer, I haven't, you can get a feel for this like gory, sort of scary, horror, potentially themed feel. I think honestly, that is the #1 thing that is going to make or break this game. We've seen some very bloody and gruesome pictures being teased, and I think that if they really want this game to be good, if they really want it to be successful, they're going to have to nail that horror element. So you then gotta ask yourself, how are you going to nail horror in a zombies game? Well, this is going to move into our next point, ladies and gentlemen, which is moving from an offensive game mode to a defensive game mode. So I want you guys to think about the original Nocturne Totem, okay? Imagine just this airfield where you've got very little to defend yourself, and then compare that to Revelations. Even a map that's supposed to be scary like Zetsubo or Mob of the Dead. They might have a little bit of a jump scare factor in them or something like that, but ultimately, Revelations, you're not scared of the zombies because you are the aggressor. You have the power. You have ultimately the control. You've got a black hole gun. You've got a wind cannon. You've got 9 perks. You've got a shield. You've got gravity spikes that shoot electricity. The point is you have an arsenal of weapons to kill zombies with, and because of that, you are the one on the offensive. You're not scared of the zombies. You're the one killing them. And in pretty much all zombies ever, if you're not the aggressor killing them as they come at you, you're at least going to be a neutral force training them. But very rarely in zombies do we see camping anymore. And I think that aspect of always being on the offensive in zombies is what they need to change if they want it to be scary. They don't want to go for an element of jump scare and, ooh, we got you, you're scared. No, we want an element of real horror. And think about all the best horror games. We've got Outlast, Amnesia: The Dark Descent, even the game Slender Man, all share one thing in common. You've got to play defensively, you've got to play smart, but overall, the enemy, the antagonist of the game mode, has power over you. That's what Treyarch Zombies doesn't have. You have control over the zombies. So I think one of the most important things Sledgehammer has to nail if they want to hit that horror theme is going from the offensive to the defensive. Okay, so moving into our next point then, what would that actually entail? You see how we're doing this kind of like a flowing top 5, not where it's just like list. Everything's sort of flowing into each other here. If we want to think about how zombies could become more scary, we have to go back to where it all started, which is Noct. The #1 thing that made Noct feel genuinely scary for its time was the claustrophobia. And on top of that, you were insignificant. You're not this super soldier with a black hole gun, the Maristagua. You're just this soldier that's got very, very limited weapons. And if you get lucky, you happen to get a ray gun. For the most part, you are very, very limited. You don't have tons and tons of supplies or anything like that. You have a Kar 98K and a Colt. Good luck. That's what World War II Zombies is going to need. It's not going to be able to work with gobblegums and all crazy wonder weapons and all this stuff, because as soon as you get these insane power weapons, you become the aggressor. You're no longer scared. So I think what would be a really good balance to that is, like, you don't want to limit the player too much where all you're given is a Springfield and you're gonna die. But I think they need to not go as far as Treyarch has done. It's going to be a very fine balance, but personally, I think what would be really good, and I talked about this with Rad Austin on his Zombros podcast. Basically, he was saying is kind of like a Wolfenstein vibe, where you've got some power weapons that maybe, you know, Nazi Germany was researching during the war, kind of like a Wunderwaffe sort of vibe. A good weapon, a weapon better than normal guns that's kind of like this different technology, but still realistic. I think the Wunderwaffe is like perfect example. Not too powerful, but something unique, something from a different timeline where, you know, Germany was able to create something crazy. Kind of like that. The key though is not to go too far with that, where you've got a thunder gun or a Maristagua. Anything that makes you the aggressor, that makes you the person that is just wrecking everything. Even the modern Wunderwaffe would be a little too much. That's where we need to tone it down. And say, instead of like gobblegums and actual drops, like the shiny drops that we know as like a max ammo and a double points, make those airdrops. So maybe every round or something, you get a drop coming in. So you get an ammunition, or you get a new gun, you get something cool. Maybe some grenades that actually do a lot of damage against the zombies. Something realistic that will still manage to empower the player, yet not making him ridiculously overpowered. So you can take guns away, you can take perks away, you can take all these things away from the player, or you beef up the zombies. And there's basically 3 ways to do that. It's not just zombies, and you've got different styled bosses, maybe like they did in Left 4 Dead. Actually, a better example would be like Killing Floor 2, where you've got all these different types of enemies. So making multiple enemies with different stats and attributes, that's one way. The other is to just simply increase their health, so it takes more to kill a single zombie, so that each zombie you encounter means more. Make it so that a single zombie isn't as insignificant as it is in modern day zombies. Or you increase their speed. Personally, I like this idea a lot. If you make the zombies near as fast as you, even faster than you, number one, that completely eliminates training, and that will flip Call of Duty Zombies on its head. Even speeding them up or making them almost as fast as you is going to make you feel more claustrophobic. It's going to make keeping them out of the area that you are in extremely important. Now, I think the community as a whole might not like this, but again, going back, if we want it to be scary, we want to actually feel these zombies coming at us, and it's not just these insignificant things that we shoot with our black hole gun. I'm going back to the Apothecary Servant a lot, but it's a good example. If we want to feel genuinely scared, the zombies have to have power over us. I think that's ultimately going to be a huge thing. And ultimately, the way you have to do that is you have to make the player stop being so powerful. You have to limit them through things like guns and no gobblegums, or maybe even no perks. The other way to do that, as I just said, is you could actually change the zombies. The last one, it's not so connected, but it's immensely important, and it is storyline and characters. Characters that are either too stereotypical or not believable enough, or just characters we can't connect with. You want it to be horror, you want it to be scary. You gotta feel for these people that are trapped in this terrible situation. More importantly, we're gonna need something of a storyline. That's what keeps the hype going from map to map. And if you don't have that interesting storyline, or at least believable, exciting, I don't know. Are we gonna care? Personally, I feel like the biggest mistake Infinite Warfare Zombies made is I don't care about the characters, because every single map, they're different people. And they're not even real people, they're just actors, you know what I mean? So for that reason, I feel like, I don't know, man. I gotta be invested in these people. Also, there's gonna be 2 men and 2 women as the characters in this, so that's going to change the dynamic up a lot. We've never seen that in Zombies. It's only ever been 4 guys or 3 guys and 1 girl. Maybe I'm completely wrong, as I did not watch the trailer. I have no idea what to expect. I'm just going off of things I've seen on Twitter and like teases and that sort of nature. So anyways, guys, that is going to be the video for today. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As well, guys, last little mention there for the Z House t-shirts. Other than that, I will see you guys later. So peace out.